Hello, everybody. Welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Terry Stiles with my co-host, again, Jim Hughes.
And Terry Stiles here. We are coming into your home bringing you the news this week. Some of the headlines, Terry, what do we have going?
Well, in this week, the vacancy on the village council needs to be filled. The Detroit favorite makes his home in Oxford, and a very special 25 years in the making. All that and more. The Oxford News begins right now. So if you're in the mood to serve your community, the Oxford Village Council is looking to fill a vacancy after the resignation of council member Maureen Helmuth. Helmuth has served the village through her adult life, first as the village treasurer, then for the past several years as a volunteer council member. The council reluctantly accepted Helmuth's resignation at the last meeting, and now President Pro Tem Allison Kemp says the village should look into a way to honor Helmuth's service to the village. In the meantime, council is looking to fill the empty seat for the remainder of her term. The applicant must be at least 21 years old, a village resident for at least 6 months, and a registered voter. If you are interested, submit a resume and a cover letter to thevillageofoxford.org. A new council member could be appointed at the next meeting in July. Jim?
In a unanimous vote by the Oxford Township Board, the Oxford is officially a Purple Heart community. The resolution that started when the U.S. Army veteran Darren Hefeli, Purple Heart recipient, formally requested the Township Purple Heart Community designation. With its new Purple Heart community status, the resolution states that Oxford hopes to remind current and future generations that the price of freedom was paid for by real people, real families. After the resolution was approved, past commander of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Ron Allen, had presented a special flag to Township Supervisor Jack Curtis. The purple flag was flown proudly in front of the Township Hall. A Purple Heart medal is presented for being wounded or killed in any action against an enemy of the U.S. or opposing armed forces. Terry.
There is some good news from the Oxford School District. They're seeing cases of bullying trending downward. At a recent school board meeting, Student Services and Wellness Department Coordinator Bridget Bittner presented the board with a bullying survey, resulting in the next step. A survey conducted since 2011. Over 2,000 students from grades 3 through 12 participated in the survey. Over 19% of the students in grades 6 through 12 reported being bullied at Oxford, compared to the national average of 34%. Bittner says the district is trending downwards, but the data shows they still have some work to do. One area the district hopes to grow in its reporting, just over half of the students who reported being bullied have told someone about it. Additionally, students with race, gender, and sexual orientation identities in the majority were found to experience bullying at higher rates than their peers, a trend that continues at a national level. Bittner says the district made intentional efforts to support students of color with school of choice meetings for students to hopefully increase feelings of inclusivity. Next year, the district plans to implement lessons on empathy, inclusion, resilience, and diversity, and continued engagement with the counseling office to address trends they're seeing in students. Jim?
Summer is in full swing, oh yes, and that means school's out for the season and the session. For students and families who rely on free breakfasts and lunches during the school year, there's options for summertime as well. This year, the school district is offering 2 free breakfast and lunch programs for students over the summer. The first program is at the Oxford Elementary every weekday from now until August 8th. Students can get breakfast from 8 to 9:30 and lunch from 11 to 12:30. The second program runs at Lakeville Elementary on Tuesdays and Thursdays from July 8th through July 31st. Breakfast will be served from 8:30 to 9:30 with lunch 11:30 to 12:30. Even though the meals will be served at the elementary schools, any student up to 18 years of age can participate. Menus are available on the Oxford Community Schools Facebook page. Terry.
Well, the spirit of Main Street is alive and well in Oxford. Oxford's Downtown Development Authority was recently awarded with the Spirit of Main Street Award from Main Street, Oakland County. The $2,000 award recognizes a video presentation from one Oakland County's Main Street communities that highlight the community and the downtown. The video, titled "We Are Community," was created right here at OCTV. It highlights the commitment to honoring the historic roots of Oxford while fostering an inclusive and vibrant community. The DDA was honored at the 25th anniversary Main Street Oakland County celebration, where Oxford was nominated for several businesses, business owners, and large initiatives. Congratulations to everyone involved, including us, in making this award possible. You can find the full video on our YouTube and Facebook page, as well as the DDA's. Congratulations to us, Jim.
Thanks, Sherry. It's nesting season for turtles, which means they're venturing far from the bodies of water they live in to search for the perfect actual nesting spot. That means they'll be getting in and around places that aren't safe for them, like roadways. And just a disturbing study from the University of Clemson showed that people often tended to swerve to hit turtles when they were just trying to cross the roadway. Psychologists say that it's a dark side of human nature, where humans want to prove that they are dominant in the species. One of the 50 turtles is deliberately crushed, and that's not good for the turtle population, especially since only about 2 or 3 out of 100 turtle eggs are likely to survive reproductive age. Snapping turtles are crucial to our ecosystems as predators and scavengers. So the next time you see a snapper on the roadway, even if you think it might be a rock, make sure to take care and use caution. Again, I did the other day, thought it was a rock on the roadway, and took it back to over by where the swamp. Not sure if that's where it wanted to go, but I used my judgment. Terry?
And in the Behind the Lens segment, chickening out. The newest location of Detroit's original Chicken Shack just opened up right here in Oxford. At Chicken Shack, every piece of roasted chicken is prepared in a pressure fryer to get a crispy yet juicy texture. The new store is family run by the Cohens, who have lived in neighboring Orion Township for 35 years. The store opening attracted some special visitors, including 97-year-old Lola Sobek, who is co-founder of Chicken Shack, and her late husband, John. The new location is open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. And good luck getting in, because it was pretty full.
Oh, you already were down there? My mom did.
I've been hearing on Facebook, everybody's like, I want to get into Chicken Shack, but it's really full.
Yeah, my mom and dad love that. I mean, it's a staple down in the Royal Oak Clawson area, and it's kind of ironic. The Sobeks are the ones that started that back in the day, and definitely a small business that flourished. There's one on Woodward, 11 Mile. I mean, they're everywhere now. Yeah. Well, we have one in Oxford too.
Yeah,
so,
isn't that great?
But anyways, I know you wanted to talk about the turtles.
I do. I want to address that. So 20 years ago, I worked at the newspaper in Ortonville, and one of my favorite features was doing things on nature. And I found out at that time it was a popular thing for teenagers who just got their driver's license to go turtle tipping.
No.
And they literally try to tip the turtles. Well, they end up killing them. And so far this year, I have counted 10 turtles squished on the side of the road or in the middle of the road.
Yikes.
It's not like they run out in front of you,
no.
like a deer.
Right.
So it's just an evil habit to do. It's upsetting our ecosystem, as if humans aren't upsetting our ecosystem enough as it is. So if you're a parent that you have teenagers, please tell them don't go turtle tipping, and also make them aware that those turtles are only trying to go lay eggs. And they're nasty looking, and if you pick one of those up, they could bite your finger off, but they're here for a purpose.
Well, like I said, I don't know. After I did it, I was like, God, I hope I did this thing a favor, because it was actually going across, like, where the radio station I work for is down in Southfield, and there's a swamp, there's an industrial drive, and then the radio station. Well, he really wasn't going that way and he wasn't going that way. He was like in the middle of the road and I thought it was a rock. So I reached and I got over there and I knew with a snapping turtle, you got to grab it from the back,
Yeah,
okay?
right.
So I took him back over to the swamp. So I kept thinking, God, I wonder if the thing woke up and when I did all that work and maybe was going the other
They
way.
do go opposite from where they live because they want their eggs to be safe. So you couldn't tell what direction it was heading in, but most of the time you
probably
can see where they're going, and so you just help them across.
He probably spent half the day getting over there and I took him on the other side and screwed his
probably.
day up. I mean, he was
It's
like,
like ruining a spider web.
yeah, it was like,
You just wrecked their day.
oh my Lord. It was like, I just sat there after I drive. I'm like, God, I hope he was going that way, you know?
Well, if you are going to stop, please be careful. You know, put your flashers on, pull over to the side of the road, and watch for traffic. I actually saw one crossing the road. It was a little painted turtle, and I did not stop because there was a guy right on my bumper, and it was on a curvy part of the road.
Right.
So, I mean, exercise caution, but please don't hit turtles. You're killing a critter, and that's...
Terry likes turtles, and I definitely. And
I used to tell my boys, don't kill something unless you plan on eating it.
there you
So
go.
if you want to eat a turtle, run over it, I guess.
Coming up in our last story, the title all we have here is 4. Up next, I don't think he's a turtle, but he'll have auto talk and science in the news. It's our version of Dave Kenny. He's up next, right here on Oxford Community Television. Don't hit turtles.
4.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from Automotive News. In our first story, how to amp up the most powerful Chevrolet Corvette ever? Electrify it. By combining the Corvette ZR1's twin turbocharged V8 engine with the hybrid E-Ray's electrified all-wheel drive system, Chevrolet has stretched the performance chops of its flagship sports car even higher with the 2026 Corvette ZR1X. With 1,250 horsepower, Chevrolet says ZR1X can speed past all other mid-engine 8th generation Corvette variants from the jump with estimated 0 to 60 mile per hour acceleration in less than 2 seconds. The ZR1, which was revealed last year, had been Chevrolet's most powerful production Corvette and has a 0 to 60 time of 2.3 seconds. The two share a top speed of 233 miles per hour, Chevrolet said. Corvette engineers used the ZR1's LT7 V8 engine with 1,064 horsepower and 828 pounds-feet of torque to propel the ZR1X's rear wheels. They borrowed the AWD system that debuted on the hybrid Corvette E-Ray to power the ZR1X's front wheels. The system's electric motor offers an additional 186 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque, 26 more horsepower and 20 more pound-feet of torque than the E-Ray, and does not need to be plugged in to recharge, instead drawing regenerative power from the front drive unit. The front and rear propulsion systems are not connected. The 1.9 kilowatt-hour battery is capable of rapid recharge and discharge with improved usability energy for more power compared with the E-Ray, Chevrolet said. Drivers can use a Charge Plus button for greater endurance while lapping on a track, while Push to Pass delivers maximum power at once. A new Performance Traction Management Mode, PTM Pro, disables traction and stability control when driving on the track, Chevy said. And with additional power comes enhanced brakes. The ZR1X will come standard with J59 braking package, which is optional on the ZR1, that pairs Alcon 10-piston front calipers and 6-piston rear calipers with 16.5-inch rotors in the front and rear. The ZR1X will be sold as a coupe or convertible. An optional ZT Performance package offers a firmer ride. A carbon aero package enables 1,200 pounds of downforce at maximum speed. It comes with the ZTK package or can be added separately. The ZR1X also features Corvette's updated interior for 2026, which includes a reconfigured instrument panel. Chevrolet says the ZR1X's performance can compete against the likes of the 1,184 horsepower Ferrari F80 and 1,258 horsepower McLaren W1. Production of the ZR1X will start this year at GM's assembly plant in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Pricing will be disclosed later. In our second story, Ford Motor Company has ordered dealers to halt demonstrations and deliveries of roughly 300,000 Mustang Mach-E electric crossovers globally because a battery problem can prevent the doors from being unlocked. The automaker is recalling 196,911 Mach-E's from the 2021 to 2025 model years in the U.S. because unexpected discharge of the 12-volt battery can cause the front door electronic latches to retain their last lock-unlock status, according to an advance notice of the recall sent to dealers on June 16th and obtained by Automotive News. The issue could cause passengers to be locked out or trapped inside. Ford Motor spokesman Mike Levine said the recall also affects about 120,000 Mach-E's in markets outside the U.S. and that Ford was not aware of any accidents or injuries related to the issue. A software update is coming soon to address this recall, Levine said in a statement after the Detroit News reported the recall and delivery halt. Well, that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
Welcome back to Oxford News this week. And yes, Oxford sports. Well, we're in the middle of summer. If you want to catch some great sports, senior softball is on Monday and Wednesday mornings. In the afternoon, they have the ladies softball out here at the Seymour Lake Park. Check out the Seymour Lake web page, the Parks and Rec Department. Find out their schedule. You can check out some great softball and have a good time with family and friends out at Seymour Lake Park. Also, get ready for the upcoming season of sports at the Oxford High School. You might be looking to get a physical for the next school year. Great Lakes Athletic Club is actually offering low-cost sports physicals coming up on July 29th. That is a Tuesday. All students, all you need to do for a physical on record to participate in school athletics, any student grades 5 through 12 is invited to get a physical at the Great Lakes Athletic Club. Appointments are available from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Registration is available through Orient Township Parks. More details are available on the Oxford Athletics Facebook page. Once again, it should be a reminder if you're getting ready for fall sports, whether it be football or any of the other sports, you're going to have a physical proving that you're okay for athletic competition. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up in sports. Getting ready for the fall. I know it's going to be about a month and a half away. Looking forward to that. Coming back, we have Dave Kenny with one more segment. Terry will have the last story. We'll call it 4. It's all coming up next. You're watching Oxford News this week on Oxford Community Television.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning, and I'm partnering with the American Red Cross this year to tackle blood shortages. Giving blood's important because every 2 seconds, someone actually needs blood, and unfortunately, only like 3% of the U.S. population donates. So we have to step up to give and to make sure there's plenty of blood available for those in need. Visit redcrossblood.org to get in the game and make an appointment to give.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from New Scientist. The asteroid 2024 YR4, which was once thought to be on a collision course with Earth, may still pose a threat to the planet. There is still a chance the space rock could smash into the moon, and the resulting explosion could shower Earth with a cloud of satellite-destroying shrapnel. Astronomers have been tracking the building-sized asteroid since it was discovered in December of 2024, when initial predictions of its path raised the possibility of a collision with Earth in 2032. Such a collision would have released enough explosive power to destroy a city, but thankfully, follow-up observations showed that 2024 YR4 will almost certainly miss our planet. The chance of a collision with the moon, however, has slowly been increasing and now stands at a 4.3% based on the last observations taken before the asteroid flew out of view of our telescopes until 2028. And according to Paul Wiegert at the University of Western Ontario in Canada and his colleagues, such a collision could still cause significant damage to Earth's satellites. We were a little bit surprised at the possibility of there being a substantial amount of material at the Earth, said Wiegert. Intuitively, the Earth is actually quite a small target when seen from the moon, and so your intuition is that not much material would actually hit the Earth. But it turns out that the Earth's gravity can focus that material under certain conditions. Wiegert and his team calculated that 2024 YR4 could create a kilometer-wide crater on the moon, the largest lunar impact for at least the last 5,000 years, though relatively small compared with a typical crater. An impact of this size would eject a cloud of debris into space, and by simulating the behavior 1,000 to 10,000 times, the team found that this could cause Earth satellites to experience a level of collisions equivalent to what we would expect to see in years or even decades, but occurring in just a few days. While these collisions might not be enough to take out entire satellites, they could cause anomalous readings due to electrical flashes, though it is hard to model exactly how damaging it will be for satellites, says Wiegert. If we were unlucky, the effect of debris particles could be particularly bad, says Mark Burchell at the University of Kent in the UK. If they were to hit a bit of a spacecraft that, say, was a coolant pipe or a sensor on the spacecraft exposed to space or an antenna, then suddenly you get a loss of that particular functionality, he says. You can't go and fix a satellite. A minor problem is actually a very serious problem. Wiegert says the results should make the world's space agencies think about deflecting asteroids that are going to hit the moon as well as the Earth. A spokesman from NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office says its job is to identify near-Earth objects, or NEOs, that could pose an impact hazard to the Earth. So planetary defense is not solely confined to near-Earth space, but that it would be premature to speculate on potential response options to the 2024 YR4 hitting the moon. Depending on how things go, we may need to act quickly. When 2024 YR4 flies back into view of Earth's telescopes in 2028, we should be able to swiftly refine our knowledge of its exact orbital path, says Wiegert. If the odds of it hitting the moon go up, that will give us a 4-year window to decide whether we need to act, he says. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny.
My son Ian was diagnosed with a brain tumor at the age of 16 months. The outlook was pretty rough. We had no hope until St. Jude rescued us. I mean, they saved him. But then it turned out he had a second cancer. To this date, we are 12 years into this journey, and from day one, we've never once seen a bill. It gave us the peace of mind to know that we're there with our son, and we're gonna beat cancer together. Now, he is doing really, really well. He's alive because of what St. Jude has done. He's here because of the doctors who came before, their blood, their sweat, their tears, of every day being in that hospital, the knowledge that has been accumulated and shared with everyone else around the world. You know, this is how we get rid of this, how we help kids beat cancer all over. It's the future.
And in our last story this week, 4. You win some and you lose some, and in others, you go out in style. The Oxford Chamber of Commerce golf outing brought together groups from all over the township. The DDA was happy to announce that they won the last place award for the 2nd year in a row. They might have not played a perfect round, but they might have won in the end with a perfect team picture, and they had a lot of fun. I was on the greens with
nice.
them. I got to guard one of or sit at one of the greens, but
What number were
they
you
were
at?
having so much fun. I was at number 10.
No, what golf course was it?
That was up in Metamora.
Oh, I've heard of that one
Beautiful
before. Yeah,
course.
yeah,
Wow.
okay.
But I'm telling you, the DDA crew were having a ball. You could hear them all over the course. They were laughing.
Everybody had a good
They had
time,
a
and
great
it was a good fundraiser?
Oh, it was a great fundraiser, and it sold out long before the actual day. So it's a fun event. I don't
Well,
ever
people
play
like to go out and
but-
golf, and they'll look for any
Every day.
excuse to do it, and you have a camaraderie and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
good way to make some money as a fundraiser. Maybe an idea.
Maybe OCTV should do
Maybe
that.
we'll have a golf
'Cause
outing.
A lot of people like doing those golf outings.
They're fun, people. They like to shoot. Was it 9 or 18?
It was 9. They
Okay,
did
9. Yeah, 9. A good front nine's always
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so they had the front 9 and the back 9
Yeah.
crowded. Like
I
I
golf a
said.
tad. I golf a tad, but I don't. I can drive, but I can't putt.
I tried
Drive
to
for
learn.
show, putt for dough.
Oh, there you go. I tried to learn, and it was my dad and my husband that tried to teach me. So, needless to say, I never learned how to golf. It was just too difficult.
My
to learn
one
from them.
grandfather, my dad's mom, always said, learn a good golf game, and it's a success for any business because people go out and they make business deals on the golf
Isn't
course.
that funny? Just hitting a little ball around, and my cousin ended up making a living.
Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, professional.
hitting a ball around.
In a segment that we've come to know and love, and when she's not out saving turtles, where are we at in the book
I'm
world?
on book number 55 since a year ago, January.
Is it about golf?
59, one or the other. None of them have ever been about golf.
About turtles?
No, but I should probably look for a turtle book.
Do tell.
I'm listening to a mystery right now. William Clark Kent, and I've already told everybody about him. He writes about the Native American tribes in
Okay. Montana?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay.
And then there are mysteries, murder mysteries.
Always something to consider. Head on down to the library and maybe pick up a book on
Audiobook
tape,
or-
audiobook, yeah.
Yep.
Or
they're great.
whatever you want to do. Or even grab the old-fashioned book and sit by the pool when it's not 95 out and read, right?
Right. Be in the pool now. You guys be careful out there this next couple weeks.
Anyways, OCTV actually can be viewed right here on Spectrum Charter Channel 191. And if you're not on 191, now we hope that you're on Channel 99 on the AT&T Uver system. If you're not there, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, the Amazon Fire Stick, and the place I love, Roku, the app as well. If you have a show idea or would like to possibly even volunteer at OCTV, give our office a call. That number's so easy, 248-628-9658. A very special thank you to our producer, director, Kyle Snage, news writer extraordinaire, Allison Miller, our own station manager, lover of turtles, Terry Stiles, for everyone here at OCTV. I'm Jimmy Eads, hoping you have a safe week. I invite you back next time. And again, as we always do, we'll sit back and take a look at Oxford News this week.